Joining me now is the mayor of Denver, Colorado, Michael Hancock. As I said, he just declared a state of emergency in Denver over the influx of migrants there. Obviously, most people know where Colorado is on a map. Colorado does not its southern border is not another country, and yet these migrants are coming. Mayor, do you have an idea of why your city's been a magnet for this migrant surge?
Chuck, let me first thank you for having me. And we don't know. We do know that, at least in talking with some of the migrants and refugees who've come to Denver over the last couple of weeks, that they came through El Paso and it was suggested that they come to Denver, not necessarily by the state of Texas, but by NGOs that are on the ground.
There are hundreds of migrants who are living in a parking garage in Denver, waiting for help getting situated in the city. The people who are originally from Venezuela say that they have little food to eat. They've been sleeping on the ground in this parking garage for days. Honestly, it was chaos. There were campus leaders saying that they had begged the city for help and got false promises in return. 9 News reporter Cole Sullivan's out on the area campus. And Cole, earlier this week, migrants were sleeping in a parking garage there. Tonight, Auraria's leader said that's not an option because it's filled for the Nuggets game.
And Kyle, that was a mad scramble all day today as they rushed to find places that people could sleep tonight. There are people sleeping outside here. They handed out about 300 blankets to people both inside and outside. Some have taken those blankets and are sleeping outside tonight. Others are in shelters, and the state bought hotel rooms for about 20 people who are traveling as family units. Still, on this church behind me, the Aurora campus leaders say they're packed full as they can possibly get it, as this crisis moves beyond a tipping point.
There's nowhere else for these refugees to go.
Colleen Walker leads the Auraria campus, which since Sunday has given 200 people overnight shelter inside this church.
We are exceeding that by perhaps as much as 100 this evening.
The migrants can't go back to the garage because the campus has opened it up to fans. Auraria says it can't keep helping as much as it has. It needs the city to step in.
The problem isn't going away, so it is absolutely urgent that the city of Denver come up with a solution that can be more long-term.
Nonprofits pitched in to feed the hungry, but there's no more room for people looking for a new home.
I'm Jacqueline Allen.
And I'm Brian Wang. The expected wave of migrants is going to cause some challenges here, especially because resources like shelter space and food are in short supply.
Denver 7's Christian Lopez spoke with people now preparing to help and shows us how Denver is changing the help it provides.
That federal rule is set to expire in just a few days, and we're already starting to see a lot more migrants arriving here in the city of Denver. That number is expected to rise even more. Some say we could see hundreds of people arriving each day.
We're doing the best we can to prepare.
The city of Denver is bracing for a new surge in the number of migrants heading north into Colorado. Many of them, if not most, from countries south of the U.S.-Mexican border. And City of Denver officials told me they will continue to call on Congress for support to address the nationwide issue and, quote, advocate for local communities such as Denver that have been disproportionately tasked with handling and managing what is a growing humanitarian crisis, a crisis that hasn't been seen before in the metro.
In depth, we want to give you a look at the number of migrants already here in the Mile High City. Denver released these numbers just today. 241 migrants arrived in Denver yesterday. 71 arrived Friday, more than 200 Thursday. Right now, Denver lists about 150 migrants in city shelters. And so far, since the end of last year, 8,000 migrants have been served by the city.